It's Fragrance Friday. Phoenix J back y'all with another video. I'm super excited. I've never actually recorded Fragrance Friday on Friday. I usually do it at least a day or two in advance so I can edit it up and have it ready. But this has been a jam-packed week, and I have a jam-packed weekend. This is my birthday weekend. My birthday's actually tomorrow on Saturday, the 28th, and I'm really excited to be celebrating my birthday with my friends. But there's no way I was going to let this day go by and I didn't make every effort to get this Fragrance Friday done. So we're diving deeper into the collection. We're getting into some of my lighter blues, my teals, and my greens. And I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite sections of my collection. And many of these I've already gone really deep into detail on. So don't expect a super long one here because we've already talked about quite a few of these. But there are a couple that we're going to get into a little bit more. So we're going to start with the first one. This one is one of the newest additions to my collection, and this is Dearest Graceful Hydrangea from the Bridgerton collection at Ulta. Y'all, this is so good. It goes on in a way that is like really kind of fresh and crisp. But as it matures, as it kind of unfolds, it gets a little bit bolder, a bit juicier, a bit fruitier, and dries into something that is very reminiscent of vanilla. Probably a tonka bean, um, or maybe even a musk, but it is such a hypnotic smell. Like compared to the other ones in the collection, I like Dearest Tempting Peach. The vanilla was not really my favorite because it didn't smell like there was nothing that differentiated it from just any common vanilla fragrance. If I'm buying vanilla, it's got to be something very special. Like it's gonna be very, very special because I don't love vanilla fragrances most of the time anyway. But this is remarkable. So if you haven't smelled this one, please get out to your Ulta, give that one a smell. Going along with some of our other ones, I know I've talked about this one before. I was talking about it with one of my first Fragrance Fridays, and we were talking about a deal. This Amber Cashmere. I really haven't worn it a ton since buying it. So let's give this a second smell. It's like that first spray felt a little extra juicy. I was like, okay, let's do a second one, make sure this nozzle's still working properly. Yeah, it's even a little bit more saponic than I remember it being, but close to the skin, ambery, warm, velvety or kind of woolly in the sense that cashmere is, like fuzzy. Like there's a fuzzy quality about the smell that reminds me of soap and definitely reminds me of cashmere. That's nice. Yeah, no, I love Clean Reserve. I have two from Armani here. I have Ocean de Joya and Aqua de Joya. I know I've talked about both of these. So fresh and fresh and clean. One definitely goes in a more green direction, and one goes in a more aquatic direction. The Ocean, I mean, it's just that is brilliance. It's so good because it literally just makes you think of the freshness of water. It's just so beautiful. And then Aqua de Joya, again, very crisp, clean, a bit more feminine. It almost has like this green powdery edge to it, but they're really, really nice. What you'll notice a lot about my green, this section of fragrance is a lot of them are refreshing. A lot of them are bright. Maybe we've got notes of mint, we've got notes of leaves, we've got notes of fig, juicy, think luscious, think green. Green is the color of vitality. It's also the color of the heart chakra. So for someone who loves being in nature, this is very much a section that kind of it's like my nature section. You've got aquatic fragrances, you've got green fragrances, and everyone here kind of aligns in one direction or the other. If it's not really aquatic and it's not really green, it's going to be like a juicy, fruity situation. So, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Val Factor. I know I recently talked about this one because this was one that had to grow on me. Over time, this has gotten so much better. It is a juicy fig cut with rose. Like, literally, the best way to describe it. You get the juiciness of the fig, you get the body of the fig, like the bite of a fig, but then you get this sweet, like line running through the fragrance. It is definitely a rose, a sweet floral. And the rose in this actually really surprised me. Next, we've got another one, bright, crisp, fresh. I really don't wear this a ton, and when I do, it's like days when I'm just at home, not really doing anything. This is Elizabeth Arden green tea scent spray. It's so refreshing. I got this at TJ Maxx for like $8. I was like for the size, it's a 3.4 too, I'm sure. It's just It's good. It's green, it's bright, it's fresh, it's light, it can be layered. I've actually anytime I have worn this, I've layered it on top of something. But it's super easy. Easy to wear, easy to layer. I mean, just quick. Quick, quick, quick. Now, one that's not quick and not the easiest to wear is actually this. One of the oldest perfumes out there for women. I think this was actually the first like kind of ambery fragrance to come out for women. And this is Youth Dew from Estee Lauder. And baby, when I tell you it still got very classic packaging, like you can tell this came out like in the 40s or whenever this originally came out, which I really feel like was like the 40s. So this is most definitely an ambery scent, and I just don't think feminine when I think this fragrance. I just don't. I don't think youth either. Like youth dew to me is not the name for this fragrance, but this is something I will wear. It is a spicy amber. It's rich. In some categories they might call it more of that oriental amber, but it's bold. It has longevity. It's got sillage. It's got body. It definitely is reminiscent of fragrances of the past in how bold it is and how the boldness is spiced. But I'm sure with the dry down it's nowhere near as intense and it probably dries down really really pretty like a ambery musk with maybe a hint of vanilla. That's what I could imagine this drying down into, but this is not something I wear often, as you can see by how much I've sprayed it. um but it was just one of those collector's bottles. Like I was like, I have to have a bottle of Youth Dew. Like it's just one of those fragrances that has a lot of history behind it. um since we're in the greens up here anyway, there's another one that I bought. I'm gonna be honest. I bought this because of the bottle and because of the box. I love the artwork on it. It's just very me. Um, like it's very green and there's lines and there's symmetry and there's it just if you know me, you understand what I'm saying. It's just very me in a bottle, watercolor, and then the bottle is another one that I was like, this looks like it should be sitting on a vanity. This gives me hocus pocus. Like it's just a very me vibe in a bottle. And so this is Romance Eau de Parfum from Versace, another brand that makes some really nice inspirational fragrances. This one I haven't smelled in months, and I honestly think it's gotten much better from the last time I smelled it. But it's a bit powdery, which I don't tend to do powdery fragrances. It is a bit mature, but it's rich. Like it's like a it gives black tie, it gives money. And y'all know I love a fragrance that gives money, that gives a little luxury. Okay, next we're gonna move on. This is one of my legacy bottles, as I call them. I've had this bottle probably over 10 years, if it's giving 10 years, 2014. This is a Rue 21 fragrance and it's called 2014. And I'm pretty sure that's when I got it. It was um, like spring 2014. I graduated college in 2015. And so I know I've had this literally since I graduated college. That wild. I've had this bottle for 11 years, 12 years. Where is a place to spray? And it still smells the exact same. It's hard to describe. It is though, so like the cool masculine, I think they're called fougere. I think they're called fougere fragrances. They're like these cool kind of musky spicy compositions that are classic to men's fragrance. This has definitely, it leans more into like the bergamot kind of citrus vibes. It was a summer fragrance, you can tell from the colors and the style of the bottle. But I was big into Rue 21 fragrances in college. Another sign that I was going to end up being a collector. I don't think much needs to be said about this. Y'all know how I feel about this. Jean Paul Gaultier, Les Beaux, Paradise Garden, one of my favorite green fragrances of all time. A little goes a long way. Longevity is next level. Projection is next level. Sillage is next level. Love the bottle. Love the vibe. It's got a great, I mean, amazing fig note. And then the surprise in this is the mint note. I don't think people expect the mint to give what it gives in this because it's not overly minty. It's so good. It's so good. Every time I smell this fragrance, I'm like, man, how did they do this? This is brilliance. Okay, what's next? Father Figure, another one that I rave and rave and rave about. Um, I love this. It's clean. It's classic. Again, y'all know I love me a good little fig note, but it's woody. It's green. It's bright, but it's sultry. It's cool and classic and mature, but there's a bit of fun because of the fig. It's hard to describe. It's definitely unisex, but it leans a little bit more masculine because of the way that they've composed this fragrance. But Father Figure is spectacular. If you've never smelled Father Figure from Fleur, you're missing out. It's one of my favorites from them. Next, Aether Extrait from French Avenue. Y'all know I've raved about this one. Another one that actually layers really, really well with Father Figure. But it's green, it's crisp. I think this has a green apple note. Think this has a green apple note that is really prominent in it. It's so bright and fresh that with something like Father Figure or Jean Paul Gaultier, the Les Beaux Paradise Garden, or even the next fragrance we're going to talk about, they just work so well together that it gives this nice, and it's not even just spring and summer, this nice, bright green, positive energy. Like it's just vitality. It's bright. Like I love it. So A3 Straight French Avenue is another one. If you can smell it, get it. If you're willing to blind buy it, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with that if you like green fragrances. Y'all know I raved about being able to get this for the low low. This is South Pacific Sandalwood from Nest, New York. Another one of my favorite houses. I love this because it was not at all what I thought it was going to be. I thought that we are going to get something like really like this nice kind of woody fragrance that was more along the lines of like a light driftwood and salt kind of situation. Nope. What we got here was a full bodied kind of cool. It just really fits the vibe of these fragrances it's up here with. Like it fits the vibe of an Aetheric Strait, a Father Figure, a Paradise Garden, an Ocean and Aqua de Joya, the green tea. It's in that slightly juicy but clean, green, crisp like direction. Ooh, next. Okay. I've raved time and time again about Versace Man, Fresh being the fragrance that started it all for me. My love for fragrance, my love for collecting fragrance. And then I've talked a little bit about this one before. This is Versense. This is the women's version of Versace Pour Homme. This has top notes of bergamot, green mandarin, prickly pear, a heart of sea daffodil, cardamom, and jasmine, and bottom notes of sandalwood, cedarwood, olive tree, and musk. And this is elevated citrus. It's elevated citrus, and it's not just citrus. Did I say grapefruit when I was talking about the notes? The prickly pear. I'm guessing it's the prickly pear and how that works with like the cardamom and the bergamot and the green mandarin. Because it's citrus, but it's not overwhelmingly just citrus. Like it's got a bit of a musky quality about it. Another fragrance. This is not even a gimmicky fragrance. It's something that I do actually like the smell of. This is from Boys 1920, or it could be Bois 1920. Y'all know how I'm with these words. But there's the bottle. This fragrance is called Cannabis Salata. And it definitely smells like what it says. Um, this fragrance is definitely got that herbaceous quality to it, but it is cut with some citrus as well. So it's not straight. It doesn't smell smoky. It smells herby, if that makes sense. So I think this is definitely for people who like the vibe, but also like those who are into very unique fragrance compounds and compositions. This is one that I'm like, the way that they managed to get that, the way that they did, I don't know how they did that. I don't know how they did it, but they did do it. Um, y'all know I love Versace. Another Versace Dylan Turquoise. This was the first full-sized women's Versace I bought. And it's really pretty. It's not one I wear that often because I really do like this one during warmer seasons. And it can go a little saponic if I don't balance this right. So I tend to balance this with something like Indian Jasmine from Nest, New York, or I go in a more spicy, bold direction to balance out the saponic notes. Because I don't know if it's aldehydes or what, but sometimes that can get a little too up there. Okay, three more. Three more we're gonna go through. This is a mini replica bottle of replicas from the garden. If you've never smelled this fragrance, it is truly something to behold for my gardeners, my people who love being out in the garden, who love spending time with their plants and maybe talk to them. This is a great one, especially if you like tomatoes, because it has a tomato leaf accord that is so unique. When I first smelled this fragrance, I was like, how did they do that? It literally smells like what it feels like being in a tomato garden. We've grown tomatoes for years, so Yeah, that's a good one. But it's also, you've got tomato leaves, you've got mandarin, bergamot. So you've got those citrus notes to kind of lean on as well because they do balance out the tomato. And then it dries down to this really pretty citrusy musk. So that is gorgeous. Um, the last two are both discount buys. Like I got these for the low. One of these I got for about $7, and the other I got for like $5. So our $7 purchase is Salt Petals, number 12 from Mix Bar. Pretty sure I got this at TJ Maxx. This is really nice. This is a nice topper. I always say that this is a nice topper because it just has that same kind. Hang on. This is reminding me of something. This reminds me of something that I have. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's reminding me of something. Ooh, we're gonna have to come back to this. Salt Petals number 12. As this has matured some, it reminds me of something that I've got that would vibe so beautifully with this. And it's low-key making me think of dark Versace Crystal Noir. There's something about it that's similar, but it's fresh. It's a brighter, fresher, bluer situation. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Like I really like that one. And then this guy here. Got this from Walmart for $4.99. This is pistachio kiwi. It's had a couple weeks to macerate, so we're gonna see if it's giving anything different. I mean, I don't hate it. I love that the pistachio isn't overwhelming and that the kiwi is actually really prominent. But we're gonna have to see how this wears because I haven't spent a day wearing this one yet. But this is Better Fragrances pistachio kiwi. I got this at Walmart again, like $4.99. Juicy kiwi, pistachio, and toasted tonka bean. So it's probably gonna have a bit of a vanilla dry down. But y'all, this is one of my favorite sections of my fragrance collection. I'm really glad we got to like dive in. As y'all see, I dressed for the occasion. We've got a green on. It's not black today. Got a little green, a little blue. We're giving a little bright, giving a little earthy, you know. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. If you have more questions for the Q&A that's coming out soon, please, 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 down in the comments below, in the DMs, wherever you need to send the question, wherever you feel comfortable. I'm super excited because I've been getting some really good questions. And so we're going to get ready to start for that Q&A very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Fragrance Friday. I'll see you later. Phoenix J out.